the infinite versus finite fundamental distinction between God and creatures, but also this temporal versus atemporal or outside of time aspect means that God isn't a player in the sort of chess game of life. So when you say like, well, if God knows ahead of time, like I know ahead of time, that someone is going to do this because I planned it and sort of thing, we have to remind ourselves that, yeah, it's not the same plane. So whatever we say about that and how it interacts, and we want to say there's some sense in which he knows ahead of time, of course, because he chooses ahead of time and all of this stuff. But we also have to be very careful anytime we use language from our finite realm to talk about God, that it's always analogous, and that we remind ourselves that, yeah, he's not a player amongst players. He's not like the great player. This is, I think, again, extremely valuable because if God is just a really good chess player, then there's a chance. I mean, it's not likely, but there's a chance that I can beat him. So if he's interacting in time with us, even though he's out ahead of us and he's more powerful, he's just like a super angel again. I think this is what we generally think about with God. We can think about this. He's like, oh, he's just a super angel. No, not at all. And he's far, far above that because he transcends all those categories. And therefore, his knowing of things ahead of time and all this sort of stuff, all of that's going to be, but not like we do. Almost anything you say about God in this realm, we're going to have to say, but not like us. And remind ourselves, and it's hard to do, but that we always have to negate a good signification involved or a meaning in our terms to be able to make sense of this. So it allows at least the mystery to appear in its full glory and with due reverence and appreciation for actually what he is, as opposed to saying, well, we can't really know, and we'd be careful. And it's not a dodge. It's not a dodge to say all these things. It's just to embrace and actually deal with the mystery as it is given to us. Good. So we got to be careful about this finite kind of realm and putting our categories of time into him and thinking he just sees all times ahead of us. No. All times are present to him at once because he's outside of time.
Father Bonaventure, if you had to choose between getting Warby Parker glasses, subscribing to a YouTube channel, or flossing your teeth, what would you choose?
Oof. I guess, to be honest, subscribing to a YouTube channel.
See, folks, it's not as bad as flossing your teeth or getting Warby Parker glasses. Please subscribe to Godsplaining. Cheers.